Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about shore excursions at the port of Dubrovnik in Croatia.
All right, so the port there is actually pretty nice. They have it set up so you can just walk right off. But most people are going to be going to one area of Dubrovnik, yes?
Yes.
Which is the old town, the old city. So likely anything you're going to do on your shore excursion is going to be in that old town. And you have a few choices on how to get there. Of course, you can do your ship shore excursion, but you're going to save a ton of money to just DIY this, all right?
Yeah.
So because it's a really simple port for that.
Very simple, yeah.
So what are some of the ways that you can get from the port? Now, the port is not really walking distance to the old city. You could walk it, but it would take you a good chunk of time. And mind you, Dubrovnik is quite hilly, as we found out pretty quickly.
We walked back from the port because we just wanted to do it and we had the time. But you could walk it. It's probably too far to walk to start the day.
Yes.
And it's uphill most of the way there.
Yes.
You could also take a city bus, which is pretty easy to do and very cheap.
And you can catch that right at the port.
Catch that right at the port. And you can also take a shuttle bus that they have out there most of the time, which goes right to the old town. So you can also take a taxi.
Yes.
Which, you probably don't need to do. The buses are fine now.
Yeah, and they'll all be available to you right there.
So they're going to drop you off right at the Old Town gate. And once you get in there, basically most people either just tour through the Old Town on their own.
Self-guided.
And then they're going to want to go up and climb the city walls, which is amazing. And we definitely recommend that you do that. But you can walk right up and pay them to do that.
Yes.
The other thing that you can do is look into getting the Dubrovnik card.
Yes.
Which will give you access to the city walls and several of the museums in the little old town area there. And it'll also give you a bus ride on the city bus. So it'll get you back to the port if you want.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is, so Dubrovnik is also known very well for being a major part of the set of the television program Game of Thrones. And so you can do a Game of Thrones. There's lots of, we have videos on our other channel, Grounded Life Travel, where we'll show you how to do a self-guided Game of Thrones tour. But that Dubrovnik card is going to get you into some of the places to see some of the sets of the Game of Thrones. So you'll definitely want to do that if you want to do the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so that's just one price for the card. You get the city walls, you get the Game of Thrones, and you get your bus ride. So that is way cheaper than what they're going to offer you on the ship. And definitely really the only way to go in Dubrovnik because that's really what you're going to be doing there. Now, if you are staying overnight in Dubrovnik, you may also want to consider going to Bosnia or going to Montenegro.
Yes.
And so we actually had a couple days there, and we did both of these and really enjoyed both places. Bosnia was so beautiful, and it's a great drive over. They will take you to see a waterfall, and then they'll take you into the heart of Mostar, where you can see the bridge and people jumping off the bridge. And that's just a great place to have lunch, and it's an easy, good way to go to Bosnia.
Yes, and the same thing for Montenegro. We went to Kotor, and the same thing. They have an old city there as well, and we were able to tour that and hike up to the fort. So it was beautiful, and they also took us out on a boat ride to the island of Prost out there too, which was really nice.
So if you are beginning your trip in Dubrovnik or ending in Dubrovnik, or you have an overnight, that's an option for you. Otherwise, you're going to want to be just doing a DIY tour of Old Town, Game of Thrones, and touring that on your own.
Yes, and you can also, the great thing about Old Town is basically anything you're going to want to do in Dubrovnik is in that area. The other thing a lot of people like to do is take a hop over to Lokrum Island, because that's actually where the throne from Game of Thrones is sitting in a museum. So you can take a boat ride over there, very short boat ride. It's from right there in the city center, and just hop right over there. So you could very easily do that if you just had one day.
Yeah. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you on your trip to Dubrovnik. And if it has, please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next video.